He only leaned back for a minute. Eyes closed, breath fogging the window of his '98 sedan, hands still calloused from holding an M4 just weeks ago. The air was cold. The parking lot was quiet, just behind a Walmart on Route 7. No home, no bed, just a steering wheel pillow and a folded uniform in the trunk. He wasn't dangerous, just exhausted. But the mall security didn't see a soldier. They saw a problem. "Move along, man. Can't sleep here." He tried to explain, calmly, respectfully. "Just got back. No place yet. Didn't want trouble." But the flashlight was already in his face. Another voice came from the radio. "We got a 1096, possible vagrant in a vehicle." Then came the knock. Hard. Deliberate. Midnight. And everything changed. Because this wasn't just a tired man in a car. This was Sergeant Micah Cole, 82nd Airborne. And his war wasn't over. If you believe a battlefield doesn't end at the border, type respect in the comments, hit like, and subscribe for more stories that remind us. Not all wounds are visible, and not all heroes sleep easy. Micah Cole had once jumped from planes into enemy territory. Afghanistan, Syria, Ukraine, missions where seconds decided lives. Now he watched the world from a car window. 32 years old, honorable discharge, commendations locked in a box somewhere in Fort Bragg. But paperwork didn't translate into rent. Micah had come home to find a job offer rescinded after budget cuts, a landlord who'd already rented his place, and a bank account that barely covered gas. He had no family left. His mother passed while he was in Helmand. No siblings. No fallback plan. But the soldier in him didn't whine. He adjusted, parked away from lights, ate what he could afford, slept in lots where no one noticed, until that night. Until the knock. Micah's goal was never pity. He didn't want handouts. He wanted to rebuild. Quietly. All he needed was time. A few weeks to find steady work, get a cheap room, and figure out the rest. His goal was simple. Dignity. A soft bed. A shower. Somewhere to belong again. But some systems weren't built to bend, and some uniforms, once removed, became invisible. That night, he hoped to rest. Nothing more. But what he got was a spotlight. The first officer tapped harder. "Sir, step out of the vehicle." Micah rolled down the window halfway. "I'm not drunk. I'm not using. Just needed somewhere to rest. I served. We're not here to debate. Out of the car." By then, 2 more patrols had arrived. A K-9 unit circled. Flashlights swept the car interior. A sergeant eyed the folded flag on the back seat. "That yours?" Micah nodded. The man shrugged. "Look, I get it. But this is private property." Within minutes, he was standing on the curb, duffel over shoulder, his car towed for expired tags. No ticket home, no warning, just asphalt beneath his boots. He started to walk. Across the road, a diner still had lights on. Micah approached, not to eat, just to warm up for a few minutes. But as he stepped inside, conversations hushed. He still wore the same boots from deployment. His hands trembled. The waitress gave him a once-over. "Restrooms are for paying customers." A man in a booth leaned over. "Bet he's one of those fakes. Wears camo to get free stuff." Micah turned to leave. No fight. No words. Just shame. He sat behind the building, back against the wall, watching the stars, wondering how a man could survive IEDs but be shattered by silence. And that's when headlights rolled in. The SUV didn't belong to the cops. It was black. Government plates. Out stepped a woman in civilian clothes, but her posture gave her away. "Sergeant Micah Cole?" He blinked. "Yes, ma'am." She handed him a folder. Inside, a federal notice. "You were recommended by your former CO for the VHP transition program. They've been trying to reach you." His eyes scanned the text. Full housing. Job placement. Immediate medical support. He shook his head. I thought that program was for officers. She smiled. It is, but exceptions get made. When a 3-star general signs the letter. Micah looked up. Who? Her reply. Someone who served under you once. Said you dragged him from a burning Humvee in 2009. The next morning, Micah was in a clean facility. Hot water, a room with walls, and a manila envelope on his pillow. Inside, an apartment key, a card loaded with emergency funds, a job offer, security consultant for a federal veteran safety program. He couldn't speak, just stared. Outside in the hallway, another vet nodded as he passed. Welcome back, brother. Micah's world, once shrinking by the hour, was stretching open. Someone remembered. Someone had been watching. But peace was fragile. A week into the new job, Micah watched a news segment mocking lazy veterans on government handouts. In the comment section, bet this guy's making up PTSD to get a free ride. Another baby killer with a sob story. He shut the laptop, felt the old weight in his chest. The nightmares returned. Sleep fled. He skipped his next appointment, missed his 3rd shift. The program coordinator called, he didn't answer. Micah drove back to that same Walmart lot, sat there all night, the only place that made sense. Then came the second knock, this one gentle. Micah looked up. Same woman from before, civilian clothes. You think you're alone again? She said. You're not. Behind her, a van door slid open. Inside, 6 men. Veterans, different branches. All seated, all waiting. One of them stood. Bald, built like a wall. Sergeant Cole, Micah stepped out. I'm Captain Barrett. You pulled my CO from a riverbank in Kandahar. You don't know me, but I know you. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a set of dog tags. Every one of us here was impacted by something you did. You forgot, but we didn't. Time to come home. That night, Micah didn't sleep in his car. He sat around a fire pit at a transitional home run by veterans, 4 veterans. They laughed, shared stories, called him Sarge. For the first time in months, he didn't feel like a ghost. He was alive, respected, and remembered. Micah eventually took the federal job, became the point man for a nationwide housing initiative. Every Friday, he visited shelters, talked to vets still drifting. He always started the same way. I slept in a car once, too, and always ended the same. You don't owe the world a thing, but you deserve everything you fought for. A year later, on Veterans Day, a boy walked into a VA clinic with a note. It said, My dad told me a man saved his life without even knowing it. Said his name was Micah Cole. He made my dad want to come home. Attached was a crayon drawing, a man sleeping in a car, with an angel standing guard outside.